Hey there, welcome to my channel B&B Update Us 24. Liam enters a coma after Luna's death fake-out. According to Wednesday, July 9th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer will lapse into a coma and Luna Nozawa will have a death fake-out. Now that 3 people have been shot at the beach house, let's talk about all the drama that is developing. Sheila Sharp, for one, will undoubtedly be all right because she was only shot in the foot. Sheila emerged from this whole incident far better than Liam, despite the fact that it appears she will be down another toe. After a battle over the pistol, Luna shot Liam in the chest, causing Liam to grab the gun and stagger over to shoot Luna next. When John Finnegan came, he was somewhat shocked because Liam and Luna had fainted. At the hospital, where Lee Finnegan, Grace Buckingham, and Bridget Forrester will get ready for several critical surgery, Liam and Luna's lives will now be on the line. Carter Walton will promise Hope Logan that he will act as Beth Spencer's substitute father. After Liam leaves, Carter intends to help Beth and be the best stepfather he can be, but he hopes Liam will have more time to spend with both of his girls. Naturally, Hope will soon receive a terrifying phone call informing her of Liam's severe injuries. Hope will head straight to the hospital to get the most recent information on Liam's status. Liam will make it through his surgery and end up unconscious, despite the fact that things will appear risky for a while. However, Luna won't be as fortunate, at least that's how it will appear. It's important to note that a leaked screenplay for a September episode lists Liam and Luna as cast members. This implies that in 2 months, Luna and Liam will still be alive. However, following her emergency surgery, B&B will reportedly make it appear as though Luna has passed away. Is Lee going to do anything similar to what she did when she staged Finn's death and helped him recover in another place? Don't miss the next Luna shockers and shake-ups, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Finn finally hears Sheila's warning after triple shooting. Sharp shot of Sheila Carter. Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, lunges at Luna at the makeshift art school. Steffy looks on in horror as the 2 ladies fight for the pistol. Don't forget to check out our B&B spoilers for next week, here. The firearm discharges. Sheila falls to the ground as they both freeze. Luna points the gun towards Steffy Forrester Finnegan rather than putting it down or tending to her wounded grandma. After all that, how come Luna's nails are still flawless? Moving on, Sheila's shoe is leaking blood. Steffy runs over to Sheila. Your granny is that. According to Luna, it was an accident. See what transpired in the most recent B&B episode by reading this. Girly, it's usually an accident. When Steffy tries to contact for assistance, Luna refuses. Luna holds Steffy accountable for Sheila's shooting. Sheila implores Luna to allow Steffy to call for assistance. Luna tells her grandmother, "It's not like you're going to die." Steffy is applying a homemade bandage to Sheila's foot. Steffy makes Luna angry. Luna inquires about what would happen if she forbade Steffy from seeing Ridge Forrester. According to Steffy, she never made an attempt to kill his father's wife. Luna talks about her early years and seeks a relationship with Finn. Although Steffy regrets her early years, she is unable to let her get close to her relatives. Luna weeps, pleading for entry. The message of John Finnegan. Finn and Lee Finnegan continue their argument about whether Luna was born bad when they are in the hospital. Finn mentions that Luna's DNA is similar to Sheila's. The elder physician informs her son that Sheila's genes are also in him. Finn is aware that Luna will eventually lose her temper once more. The doctor goes on to say that his family cannot be near Luna when she does lose it. Lee has to leave after receiving a text. Regarding her chat with the art instructor, Finn texts Steffy. He senses something is wrong. Finn, follow your intuition. At last, the doctor chooses to pay attention to Sheila's messages and begins to roll his eyes. As Finn hears Sheila's message indicating that it concerns Luna, he appears concerned. Finn furrows his brows. He tries to call Steffy after pacing. No response. Then, unable to reach Steffy, Liam Spencer telephones the doctor. Finn brings up Sheila's messages because he is stressing out. According to Finn, she visited the former beach mansion of Bill Spencer. Liam glances around and sees him. In order to save Finn from having to leave the hospital, Liam offers to go. The rescue mission of Liam Spencer. Liam and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, are on the phone. Did he make it safely across town? Liam adores how concerned she is about him. Liam continues to babble, telling Hope that he will still be present tomorrow. In soap operas, that's never good news. Tomorrow morning, Liam and Beth Spencer are scheduled to go roller skating. As Carter Walton enters the room, they end the call. Hope is comforted by the COO. Read this. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Are Grace and Bill killing Liam to get a better teaching? Shooting 3 times. Liam storms through the door before Luna can shoot Steffy. He tries to remove the rifle from Luna as he lunges for her. A bullet enters Liam's chest. He gets up and carries the rifle. She can tell he's barely standing even if he points it at Luna. After Luna makes fun of him, Liam finally pulls the trigger. Steffy cries as Luna falls and Liam falls. The beach home is littered with bodies when Finn arrives. He accuses Sheila right away. After Steffy stands up for Sheila, Finn is sent to see how Liam is doing. Liam faints as paramedics arrive. Make sure to read up on all that's going on with B&B at the moment. Hope's anguish, Carter's stepfather promise, and Grace and Bridget's race. We have spoilers for Wednesday, July the 9th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate Lee Finnegan, Bridget Forrester, and Grace Buckingham rushing 3 shooting victims into surgery in the upcoming episode. One of them, though, does not live. In the meantime, Carter Walton promises Hope Logan something. Hope Logan's anguish. Let's start with Hope, who interrupts Luna Nozawa's shooting duel and is concerned about life after Liam's death. Hope is unaware that Liam has been shot. However, Hope worries about Liam every day and is aware that he is dying. Naturally, Carter came to reassure and soothe Hope. See what transpired in the most recent B&B episode by reading this. Walton, Carter's promise. Carter then promises Hope that he will be the best stepfather he can be to Beth Spencer, but he also believes Liam Spencer should continue to be involved for as long as possible. The race of Bridget Forrester and Grace Buckingham. According to Wednesday, July 9th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Carter Sharp, who was wounded in the foot but appears to be unharmed, will be taken to the hospital along with the other gunshot victims. All 3 will be carried into surgery with varied injuries when Liam shot Luna to stop her, but he also took a bullet to the chest and fainted before paramedics could arrive. Read this. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Are Grace and Bill killing Liam to get a better teaching? July 9th, 2025, Wednesday. I'm not sure if they're talking about bullets, tumors, or Liam's loved ones, but in a preview clip, Grace and Bridget are working on a patient who isn't visible, and they ask frantically if the other can find them. The soap opera fandom suggests that Liam will be in a coma, but I'm beginning to question whether or not he genuinely has a brain tumor. Grace was being quite demanding about Liam's treatment, so I'm wondering if Luna shooting him will ultimately save his life. It may be a little too soon for Sheila and Steffy to be friends, but this could be a turning point in their relationship. There will also be chaos as Finn receives all the updates on what happened with Luna and Sheila from Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Could Sheila's actions ultimately lead to Steffy forgiving her? The Bold and the Beautiful on Wednesday, July 9th, as Dr. Grace Buckingham and Dr. Bridget Forrester find themselves in a desperate, high-stakes medical race, one that not only threatens the life of a beloved character but also exposes long-buried rivalries, questionable ethics, and a looming truth that could shatter multiple families forever. The day begins in chaos as ambulances arrive at the ER following the beach house shooting, leaving Liam Spencer in critical condition with a gunshot wound and Luna Nozawa fighting for her life after a mysterious second gunshot. And what's not yet public is that Liam may have pulled the trigger on Luna in self-defense, setting the stage for one of the most controversial moral dilemmas in B&B history. Grace, already under quiet scrutiny for her overreach in Liam's mental health treatment, is first on the scene and springs into action with calculated poise, stabilizing Liam while hiding any trace of her own internal panic. Meanwhile, Bridget Forrester, who returned to town only days earlier for what was supposed to be a short surgical consult, is pulled into the fray when she's paged to assist with Luna's emergency thoracic surgery. For fans, the visual of Grace and Bridget, 2 powerful, brilliant women with starkly different styles and murky motives, racing through the sterile corridors feels less like a team effort and more like a silent showdown, a battle of legacy versus ambition, of integrity versus hidden agendas. The chemistry between them crackles with unspoken tension, intensified by Grace's subtle maneuvering to keep Bridget away from Liam's chart, as if there's something in those medical records she doesn't want anyone to see. And maybe there is. Ever since Liam began showing signs of confusion and emotional instability, speculation has swirled that Grace may have been secretly medicating him, possibly at the urging of someone higher up the food chain, someone with a vested interest in keeping Liam silenced. With Bridget back, and clearly not willing to take orders from anyone but her own moral compass, Grace is suddenly cornered. Bridget's concern deepens as she compares lab reports and notices anomalies in Liam's tox screen, elevated benzodiazepine levels that can't be explained by anything on his official prescriptions. While Grace brushes it off as stress and trauma, Bridget's surgical instincts tell her otherwise. Someone may have been drugging Liam, and Grace might know more than she's admitting. In parallel, the hospital waiting room becomes a powder keg of emotion. Steffy Forrester, blooded and hysterical after the beach house ordeal, is beside herself with guilt and horror over Liam's condition. She blames herself for calling him over in the first place, unaware of how deeply the situation would spiral. Finn, torn between his oath to save lives and the chilling possibility that his own daughter, Luna, may have become unrecognizable in her rage, is emotionally paralyzed. When Poppy arrives demanding to see Luna, things explode. She confronts Grace and screams, accusing her of manipulating her daughter, of lying to protect the Forresters, and of failing to stop the violence that may have stemmed from long-repressed family secrets. Grace fires back with venom of her own, blaming Poppy's parenting and calling Luna emotionally unstable, which only fuels the chaos. But it's Bridget who remains the calm center of the storm, at least until she discovers a second error in the medical records, a mismatch between Luna's last prescription and what was actually administered. Someone tampered with the dosage, either to sedate Luna or to push her over the edge, and the implications could be criminal. Bridget insists on a full toxicology panel, setting off alarms for Grace, who subtly tries to have the order reversed, citing medical overreach. Bridget refuses, and their silent war becomes overt, a full-on clash between doctors who no longer trust one another. While the hospital descends into crisis mode, Brooke Logan arrives to support her daughter and niece but quickly sniffs out that something's off. Her journalistic instincts kick in as she corners Grace in the hallway and demands to know whether Liam was ever formally diagnosed, or if this was all part of a cover-up. Grace deflects, but her nervous demeanor speaks volumes. Meanwhile, inside the OR, Luna's vitals begin to crash. Finn is paged in, torn to shreds emotionally but unable to deny his responsibility to save his daughter's life, the same daughter who may have tried to murder his wife and was then shot by Liam, the man he's been trying to protect from a mental health breakdown. The emotional complexity is staggering, and Finn nearly breaks as he prepares to operate, whispering, "Don't make me lose another daughter." Grace attempts to scrub in but is blocked by Bridget, who insists she's no longer fit to treat either patient until an internal review is completed. This sends Grace spiraling. For the first time, viewers see the cracks, the panic behind her eyes, the desperate scramble to maintain control, the buried knowledge that her own actions may have contributed to this tragedy. What makes the July 9th episode so gripping isn't just the rapid-fire medical drama, it's the emotional unraveling of powerful women who are used to being right, now forced to confront the weight of their past choices. Bridget, always the quiet moral compass of the Forrester family, emerges as a formidable force, not only leading the surgical team to stabilize both patients but slowly connecting the dots between Grace's private consultations and Liam's decline. As dusk falls over LA, the mood inside the hospital turns somber. Luna survives surgery, but just barely, and the bullet fragments recovered are consistent with Liam's registered weapon. If Luna lives, there will be charges. If she doesn't, Liam could be facing manslaughter or worse. Meanwhile, Liam lies unconscious, intubated and pale, with monitors beeping erratically, a cliffhanger that leaves viewers questioning whether he'll wake up and tell the truth, or whether Grace will somehow silence him before he can speak. And lurking underneath it all is the question no one has dared ask out loud: was this all part of someone's plan? Was Liam's breakdown orchestrated to remove him from the chessboard, allowing others, perhaps Bill, Poppy, or even Sheila, to manipulate the board? Was Luna's meltdown triggered by drug interactions, emotional trauma, or something far more sinister? As Bridget begins reviewing surveillance footage from a hospital pharmacy, the preview for Thursday teases a major reveal. and an authorized login under Grace's credentials, moments before Liam's last behavioral episode. If true, Grace may not only lose her license, she could lose everything. Wednesday's episode closes with a slow pan to Grace, staring into the window of Liam's hospital room, her reflection cold, haunted, and unreadable. Is she grieving a mistake? Or preparing to make another? Is Dr. Grace engaging in a pharmaceutical scam, or is Liam actually dying? According to B&B teasers, Dr. Grace Buckingham's dubious actions could indicate that Liam is not actually dying. Is she promoting phony medical care in exchange for pharmaceutical kickbacks? Bold and the beautiful spoilers. Is Dr. Grace running a pharmaceutical scam, or is Liam actually dead? We may be seeing the medical scam of the century, so hang on to your hospital gowns, B&B lovers. As we believe that Liam Spencer was near death due to an incurable brain tumor, viewers are beginning to make some very suspect connections, all of which point directly to Dr. Grace Buckingham's incessantly ringing phone. The suspicious behavior of the doctor is unbelievable. Since soap operas are known for showing a character's phone buzzing every 5 minutes, it's not just for background noise. Let's talk about the mysterious texts and calls Grace has been receiving lately. Grace has been jittery as a cat on a hot tin roof whenever her phone buzzes, and Finn Finnegan has undoubtedly noticed. Here's where it gets interesting, though. Many are speculating that Liam may not actually be dying. That's right. The entire terminal diagnosis might be a huge pharmaceutical scam that was masterminded by the unreliable doctor. Continuing the criminal traditions of the family? Before you say, Grace would never, let's take a quick look back at her husband, Reese Buckingham, who actually took Hope Logan's newborn child and sold it to Steffy Forrester. Not to mention their daughters, Paris and Zoe, who have had their share of, let's say, dubious moments. At one point, Paris was practically stalking Steffy's husband. With a last name like Buckingham, it might as well be Buckingscam at this point, as one astute fan noted on Soaps.com's Facebook page. Apparently, the criminally inclined tree is not far from the apple. The link between pharmaceutical companies. Fans are piecing together this information. Grace is allegedly working with a large pharmaceutical company to promote their pricey treatments. Why else would she be so invested in Liam agreeing to treatment right away? She has been essentially pestering Finn to get Liam to agree. Since when do doctors use other doctors as their personal treatment salespeople? According to the theory, Grace is either receiving large kickbacks from this company or, and this is where things get really sinister, she may be deliberately drugging Liam to exacerbate his symptoms. Those pills bearing her name that the show keeps showing off prominently? Well, that's definitely not subtle foreshadowing. What this signifies for all parties. The impact will be devastating if this idea is correct, which we're assuming it will be given Liam's confirmed appearances in September episodes. Can you picture Liam's expression when he realizes that all of the preparation he has put into his heartfelt farewells has been in vain? Or what happens to Hope and Steffy when they learn that a false diagnosis has emotionally tormented them? And poor Finn will feel completely deceived that a trusted medical colleague could go to such lengths. In addition to causing significant drama between him and Steffy if she begins to question every medical decision, this may severely undermine his trust in the medical community. The greatest betrayal. The emotional manipulation in this possible scam is what further twists it. Because he believes that these may be his final moments with his daughters, Kelly and Beth, Liam has been concentrating on spending as much time as possible with them. This is psychological torture rather than medical malpractice if Grace is indeed fabricating his terminal sickness for financial gain. Will Grace be apprehended before Liam receives needless medical care? That is the true question. Or will the truth come out of that gunshot incident that everyone has been talking about? Perhaps the whole house of cards will fall when Liam receives the right medical care from professionals who aren't out to con him. There is little doubt that Grace needs to start practicing her perp walk if this pharmaceutical scam is genuine. Something tells us that Grace won't be as fortunate as her ex-husband Reese, who was able to leave the country following his baby-selling scandal. The Spencers and Forresters never forget, and they most definitely don't overlook medical fraud that interferes with the lives of their loved ones.